I proved the favorite server was sabotaging everyone with a pen. Chelsea, our restaurant's golden child server, was sabotaging everyone's orders and stealing our tips while playing victim to management, until I exposed her with something as simple as colored pens. The night she got me demoted to lunch shifts, I lost $200 in tips and couldn't pay rent, all because she cried to our manager that I'd switched her tickets. She stood there with mascara streaming down her face, pointing at me with a shaking finger. I saw her at the POS right before my order got messed up, she sobbed, and the manager ate it up because Chelsea had been there 3 years and won every award they gave out. Nobody believed the new girl who'd only been there 4 months, especially when Chelsea put on such a perfect show. My tips dropped from $200 a night to $40, and I was facing eviction in 2 weeks with no way out. That's when Mateo cornered me during a Dead Tuesday lunch and dropped a bomb. She destroyed my life too, he said, checking over his shoulder like Chelsea might appear. Lost my weekends after she said I stole from her tables, but I know I wrote those orders perfectly. Priya had an even crazier story about Chelsea claiming she'd poisoned a customer's food on purpose, which almost got her arrested until the customer said they'd never complained. The pattern hit me like a truck because everyone who beat Chelsea's sales got mysteriously destroyed within days. So I turned into a detective, and what I discovered made my skin crawl. I started photographing every handwritten order ticket before entering it in the POS, creating bulletproof evidence because our restaurant still used paper tickets for the kitchen. Late one night, I hid behind the ice machine and watched Chelsea work her magic. She was at the expo station with a black pen, rewriting other servers' tickets to add mistakes, then showing the messed up versions to managers later. The worst part was how she'd smile at us afterward, asking if we were okay, pretending to care while she destroyed our jobs. That's when I had my genius idea that would destroy her completely. During our next staff meeting, I suggested everyone use different colored pens to prevent confusion, making it sound like organization advice. I'll take blue, Mateo can use red, Priya gets green, I said cheerfully, and management loved the idea because it seemed so professional. Chelsea picked purple, of course, because she always had to be special, not realizing she'd just signed her own death warrant. We all bought our specific pens that day, and I made sure everyone knew that borrowing pens was now against the rules. Building my army took patience because everyone was terrified of Chelsea's power. But once they understood the pen system was our weapon, they joined immediately. Mateo started keeping carbon copies of his red ink orders, Priya photographed every green ink ticket, and 3 other servers protected their unique colors like gold. We created a group chat where we documented everything, and within 2 weeks we had dozens of photos showing Chelsea's purple ink mysteriously appearing on orders that were supposedly our mistakes. She was literally too arrogant to realize we'd trapped her. Saturday night was pure chaos with 300 covers, and Chelsea cracked under pressure. She completely botched a VIP table's order, $200 worth of food sent back, and I watched her panic as she grabbed a handful of tickets from the rail. 10 minutes later, she was in the manager's office with tears streaming down her face, holding up a ticket that supposedly I wrote wrong, but the order modifications were in purple ink over my original blue writing, clear as day under the kitchen lights. Why would I vandalize my own ticket with your purple pen? I asked, pulling out my phone to show photos of the original order in pure blue ink. The manager's face changed as he examined ticket after ticket from the past 2 weeks. Purple ink corrections everywhere, always making other servers look incompetent, always on orders from Chelsea's biggest competition. She tried claiming someone stole her pen, then said we were framing her, then screamed that purple wasn't even her color. But I had the receipt from when she bought that exact purple pen, plus security footage of her using it exclusively for 2 weeks straight. The kitchen printer had timestamps showing orders were perfect when entered, then mysteriously wrong after Chelsea handled them. The final nail in her coffin came when the manager found her personal notebook in her locker, page after page of purple ink, including practice signatures of other servers' names and notes about who was making the most tips. She'd been studying our handwriting to forge tickets more convincingly, but the purple ink connected everything like a serial killer's signature. Security dragged her out while she threatened to sue everyone, but we all knew she was done forever when the manager called every restaurant in town to warn them. I got $840 in stolen tips back, plus my weekend shifts and a raise for solving the mystery. 3 months later, I'm making more than she ever did while she can't get hired anywhere, because the purple pen story spread through the entire restaurant industry. Our whole team still uses colored pens, and it actually does help with organization. But the best part was when management framed her purple pen in the office with a sign that says, "Cheaters always leave evidence." She thought being the favorite made her untouchable, but she literally wrote her own confession in purple ink every single day.